What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm here in Riverwood. Thought I'd check out some new additions to the inn, like Sven's new hairdo, man. We have tavern wenches roaming around.
Oh, did you need something?
I actually might need something, my bro.
Give me a mug of ale. Coming right up.
I have new dialogue options here. Now, in the description, it says that they are available for followers and/or spouses. So that's pretty cool.
It can't be helped.
This is an ode to Skyrim's staunch protectors, the Imperials.
It would seem so.
Bring to our youth today's come and gone, for the age of aggression is just about done.
Nah, I don't think so.
So I struck out. That's funny. I don't know what your persuasion needs to be to convince them to follow you. I know you can pay them to follow you also. But they are given the, apparently they're given the 100% setting on the Seraphim body replacer.
Yes? Huh?
Okay, so she's like a barmaid. And, some other drinks I can buy. Oh, I've got money.
I understand.
Okay, so they have like little soundbite responses. But apparently they've been added to a lot of the inns, taverns, and even, you know, like the keeps in each city. Dragon's Reach and so on and so forth. Anyways, she sold me a combat wench in a bottle. Apparently that's a wench you can summon. Okay.
This is a local favorite and
totally new. That,
Ragnar the Red.
yeah, that's all part of that one wenches mod. Okay, kind of curious if there's some combination of ingredients that you might make one of those wench potions out of. I had no idea that was even part of the mod until I saw that, and I'm like, okay, so you can buy a wench in a bottle. Like a genie in a bottle. I Dream of Genie type thing. We may go, run out and go find, go pick a fight or something and see what our combat wench does for us.
You want a drink? Have you seen that shrine of Azura? They say the Dark Elves built it after they fled from Morrowind. Sight to see.
Oh, very nice. Okay, so they have in-game dialogue also.
Change your face. Make you look completely different. Do you believe that? Until next time.
She has the voice of that sexy priestess in Markarth. During the Sangren Rose quest. I always liked her voice. Alright, so we have different weathers going on. Part of the Vivid Weathers thing is to basically give you a different option every day, and I am not sure which mod is doing this, but notice the highlights. The you know, on the snow-capped mountains, the moonlight reflecting off of the mountains really adds a vivid touch. I really like that. I'm guessing it was kind of always there to some extent, but now it really kind of stands out. It's pretty vibrant. I'm guessing that's probably also part of the Vivid Weathers mod, although it might have to do with the retexturing mod. The static mesh, that's possible also. Not really sure. I'd have to go in and activate and deactivate certain things, or maybe look farther into the descriptions. It might be in some of the descriptions of the mods exactly what all it's affecting or whatever. All I know is the combination of mods that I have right now, I'm actually really happy with. Now later, well after this video here, I did experiment with a couple and found them to either not do anything, or they seem to either conflict or overwrite some parts of other mods to where some of the textures were kind of muddied up and stuff. What was it? I think it was the Skyland. I wanted to check that out because it was supposed to be compatible with this one, but I'm wondering if maybe Vivid Weathers or something like that conflicted with it. And I'm guessing there's probably oh, it's almost a mini game within itself, probably, to combine different mods together and activate this and deactivate that and see what works with what. And, you know, I'm sure for every really cool result you get, you have to basically sacrifice another one, I'm guessing. All right, so here's our combat wench. Oh, she's pretty.
That's close enough.
Very cool.
This is a surprise.
I'm kind of curious what Serana's going to look like. Oh, look at that. There you go. That's from the blood splatter mod. Forget what it is. Blood textures or whatever it's called. Anyway, apparently there's more of it. Pops up on your screen. Almost kind of what Call of Duty like in a sense. And then it stays on the ground longer. When enemies are beheaded, they spurt out more blood on the ground and all that. And it even gets on your clothing after a fight and stuff. So very cool. I guess she's surrounded with some kind of effect. Lightning effect, maybe? Not sure. Okay, now that's one of the bows that becomes available in one of the weapon mods. I have 2 weapon mods active. We'll take a look at those later. I kind of wanted to take a look at our combat wench, see what happens when she disappears. Yeah, she's supposed to heal you. There you go. You get heals when she gets banished. But yeah, we'll go take a look at the armor and weapon mods that I installed also. I can't really make a bunch of stuff now, which is cool. I have to go collect some materials. One key component for the stuff that I want to make seem to be silver and gold ingots. I'm going to need quite a few of those, so we'll probably, I don't know, go get the transmute book in Halted Stream Camp and then make some gold and silver and see what's up. I wanted to show off the night sky, and now we've got, it's heavily overcast, which is cool. It's a cool feature, but I kind of wanted to show off the bright stars and all that stuff. I'm really, really happy with a lot of this. I really am. I think that static mesh mod really added enough texturing and detail on the little things, not just the ground and boulders and walls and stuff, but things like barrels and chairs and tables and just things that are in the environment. There's enough to add enough detail to where it adds a semi-realistic tone to, just about everywhere you go type of thing. I see not a whole lot's been done with the whole sparkly thing. One feature of Skyrim that I was really interested in was supposed to overhaul ice and snow and stuff like that, and that's one thing that would be cool. More sparkly, realistic, textured, shiny snow and stuff, but I don't know. When we get up to like Winterhold and Solitude and that coastline up there, I really want to get a good look, because it was vastly improved already. But I want to go up there with all these mods active, the realistic waters and retexturing and the weather and stuff, and see exactly what's been done up there. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm just running around with just whatever I'm picking up for the time being. I'm really, really looking forward to making an iron katana for myself. Kind of stay true to the way I like to play. I like the base weapons, the same weapons that everyone else in Skyrim has. Fur armor and clothing, iron armor and iron weapons, and, basic longbows and iron arrows and stuff like that. True enough, you run into Draugr that have, like, ebony stuff, and you really don't run into anybody that has Daedric and Dragonbone stuff until maybe, like, really high-level bandits later on or something. Oh, look at the friggin' torch in the water. Did you see that? That is beautiful. I don't know if that's always been a thing, but the detail there was exceptional. The soft lighting from the torch. I really don't know what to call this. I really hadn't planned on doing a playthrough, but I am enjoying these mods to the point that I felt it just mandatory to share this. Now, I plan on streaming this more than anything else, but this is a feature of the mods that I've found that I've liked so far. It's not that there's not other cooler stuff, and I think a lot of that stuff is probably probably opinion, you know what I mean? Like, what's your taste? What's good enough for you? What do you really like, type of thing. And yeah, for me, just the improvements already as it is. Now, one thing that I would like to see, and I haven't seen a mod for it, is Oblivion magic. The healing magics and just the magic overall from Oblivion I thought was much softer, smoother, vibrant. It looked more magical. In this, the hard straight lines, the aliasing, and just the the lazy animations. I've never really been a fan. I really don't like it. Never been much of a magic user anyway, aside from your basic conjurations and maybe some random other stuff, you know, utility and tools and stuff. But as far as running around slinging fireballs and lightning everywhere, I've been more of a melee type, or archery, you know, that type of thing. All right, so there's a couple things I want to see here. Not just how this cave looks inside, see how some of the texturing and stuff, but I want to see the performance of the game. These mods installed, I've seen no drop-off like in the loading screens and things like that. With all the graphical enhancements, everything seems to be running just as smoothly as it did without any mods, and I'm telling you, there is a huge improvement. Loading screens and lack of lag. There's almost no loss in frame rate. At least for me, I don't really look for it, so to speak, but when my game bogs down to where I get like 1 frame a minute and it's damn near about to freeze, okay, I can't help but notice that. If it drops from, I don't know, 60 to 40 or 30 to 25 or something, I'm probably not going to notice. I'm not that particular. Look at the detail in that wheel. I'm telling you, I think this guy remeshed enough stuff to where it just really fine-tunes just the overall look of each place. Apparently this guy went through basically the whole map and retextured like, I don't know, like 40 or 50,000 different objects or something. I'm just everywhere. Boulders and rocks and stuff, that's made a huge difference. And already, just in the vanilla Special Edition, before mods, they'd already done a wonderful job with like trees and stuff, as it is. There's a mod called Project Hippie, which adds a lot of trees, especially to cities and stuff. But that one I was warned off as actually creating something of a performance issue. And so before trying that, I plan on probably downloading that at some point, just to see. Although a few more trees, I'm like, I don't know. It sure seems like there's a lot of trees in Skyrim as it is. But it apparently adds them to towns and cities and gives the cities a much more vibrant, livid look. So, okay, we may check that out. Now, I don't see any difference like in the combat. Game hasn't slowed down, bogged down. The loading screens, if you notice, coming into this mine, that wasn't edited. Normally, I edit out load screens for you guys. That wasn't. It was just like a 2 or 3 second. Didn't even give time for a picture, a lore screen to pop up. Just went straight into the mine, and I thought that was nice. So much faster than old Skyrim. You guys know some of those load screens are like 30, 40 seconds, depending on where you were going. It used to be pretty bad at times, and now they've streamlined that a lot, and the mods don't seem to be impacting that at all. Look at the detail on the skeleton. See, it's just stuff like that. And even if you're not looking for it, it's that peripheral thing. It's that subconscious thing. It's just a little more detailed. It's a little more vibrant, alive type of thing. The mist and smoke and fogs and stuff are a lot softer, and they have that full but transparent look to them. Just awesome. Notice my character's hands are not only smoothed out a little bit, but I don't know, almost have more of a feminine look. But it's also on the same token, it's kind of like they took a step back. They're a little bit less rendered, a little bit less textured. So on one hand, I guess my character's hands look a little more ladylike, but on the other hand, I think graphics-wise, they Almost stepped down a little bit, but that's fine. I'm not all that particular. Look at this dude's axe. Now, see, that's... look at that damn thing. That is, I believe, one of the axes that I can craft now with one of my weapon mods, which is cool because the enemies can have them also. It's not just something to make, it's something that you can actually find out in the world, too. Okay, I need to summon something. Ouch, ouch. Yeah, I'm almost dead. I got stuck. Yeah, so what to call this? This isn't really a mod showcase. Some guys are just all over the whole videos where they're, you know, featuring all the different mods and this and that. And I don't know. I just wanted to find some that I really like and see how they looked, and then say, hey, this is kind of my setup, my little loadout. Almost like a build video, but instead of skills and attributes and points and stuff, it's which mods do you put together and what's your load order, right? It's kind of like a build, sort of. Looks like the movement, attack speed and stuff on that big ass axe is true to form. I might check that thing out and see if I can't run around with that for a little bit. Oh, nice. New club. Another new weapon. One of the mods I downloaded, it's, what is it, Weapons of the Third Era or something. But that thing, oh man, it gives you so many weapons to make. And they're all, they're not really fantasy style. They're more realistic, down-to-earth, traditional weapons that actually exist type of thing. The guy apparently went back thousands of years and said, okay, these are weapons that have been used by various warring factions over, you know, over the eons, so to speak, through different eras and stuff, and that's pretty cool. Need some more magicka. I was doing this on Oblivion when we were streaming, and I like the same style here is pretty much going like no archery and seeing if we can't just like keep just a melee character and having various magics, you know, taking up that other weapons slot instead of using a bow or whatever, then having, you know, various spell combinations, you know, ones that I use the most, whatever I'm conjuring, and maybe a heal or an alteration armor spell. You know, something like that. I'm really digging the whole going with clothing thing, because it makes it opens up a need for a new, different kind of magic. Kind of adds a you know, little small dimension to the gameplay. That'll work. Those are worth a little bit, aren't they? But so far, things like the chests and just sacks and stuff just laying around, that's been greatly enhanced. Really nice. So I don't know how far we go with this, because we're gonna start streaming this too. This is actually a lot of fun, being able to really make your character and make the game look the way you want it to. I mean, I can see the attraction to these things. I can see why this is about all the PC guys talk about when it comes to Skyrim, is mod this and mod that. Well, I get it. Coming up with all kinds of really cool stuff to put a personal touch on the game, so to speak. Go ahead and start collecting ore that we can turn into silver and gold later. Like how even though this retextured and put an entirely new skin on my character, the movement and everything else is the same. Like, didn't change any of that. Not saying any awkward stuff. Also with the mod that kind of molds all the even vanilla armors to your new body mod. There's not like a whole bunch of clipping and stuff that, you know, obviously doesn't work type thing. I haven't run into any of that stuff. I mean, it's still early. That's the thing. We won't really be able to test the impact on the game's performance until we get to around, I don't know, level 20, 30, around that range. Start getting out around the Markarth, you know, the Reach, and get around where there's a bunch of Forsworn out there, and crabs, and dragons, and travelers, and who knows, running around, where there's a bunch of stuff going on. And that's when, at least in, you know, old Skyrim, that's where really have some problems. I mean, the frame rate would really drop so low that, I mean, you'd almost get stills. You know what I mean? Like still pictures that would last a couple seconds at a time, where the game was like just a hair's breadth away from, you know, freezing altogether. So this is actually a pretty good test run. So for those of you stopping in to just check it out and see and stuff, that's cool, you know. I appreciate it. Like I say, this isn't really an official... okay, I'm getting my ass kicked here. Trying to back up to where I can summon something. There we go. Yeah, it's not like a showcase thing. It's just like, I don't know. Nothing else. It's really like, hey man, this is actually pretty cool. Here, check out what I found. Type of thing, right? I'm sure some of you guys will want to put in your 2 cents and let me know some really cool stuff that you found. Look at this axe. Well, this is straight up Arnold Schwarzenegger, isn't it? This thing is ridiculous. How cool is that? And it works right. It's not fitting awkwardly in my hands or anything. I mean, it just... What the hell has that dude got? Size of that sword, holy crap. See, is the kill cam any different? Nope, it looks true. Yep. Okay, so he's got another new weapon. Aeodon's greatsword. That thing is huge. Now, see, that's another thing that I talked about wanting. Was it just a huge anime-style greatsword? You know, some Final Fantasy type of thing. Darksiders 2 type of thing. And another mod that I downloaded offers a lot of that. This axe and that sword right there are just a couple of, I don't know, it's like a couple hundred new possible weapon skins, and I believe there's different styles for each level of crafting you have. So like iron unlocks certain models, and then steel unlocks even new ones, and then dwarven, and I think it's all just the heavy weapon blacksmithing skills. Dwarven, then I guess the next would be what? Orcish, Dwarven, Ebony, Daedric, Dragonbone. But I believe all those have their own unique set of great swords and axes, battle axes and stuff. Plus you have just a crap ton of bows. One bow in particular is really, really cool. We'll take a look at that here in a minute. Yeah, but look at that. See, that's what I'm talking about. Now, it does clip a little bit. It has something to do with the body mod, having a big butt. Do I sacrifice a little clipping for a big butt? Yeah, I think so. I think that's a fair trade-off. And look, even the stamina use is right. And it fits in your hands. I mean, the model, it's true to your attack animations and stuff. Man, that's nice. Probably not a sword I'm going to use, but that's what I was talking about. So I'd be crazy not to play through a game. That is not too bad. I could roll with something like this. Screw the stats. I don't care if it's strong or weak, as long as it looks cool. Also another one, it's called a training sword, but it looks like darkened charred wood, but the shape of the sword is really, really cool. Kind of has like a Final Fantasy flair to it or something. We've already taken a look at a bit of this, but I decided to go ahead and include this. So I'm really just running around looking and seeing how all this plays into the game. Also, there's some extra stuff onto the side that comes with some of these mods. Like with the weapons, you get this great selection of weapons, but then the fact that some of the NPCs and stuff might be carrying these also. These are things you can actually find in the environment, not just things that you smith. And some mods give you the option to where only you can smith them, or you could find them anywhere, even in merchant inventory and stuff. Look at that thing. That is just ridiculous. It's pretty cool. It's actually really cool. I think there's something for everybody in these. And then for more of the traditionalists, if you want to play a ninja type character, boy, wait till you see all the katanas and, you know, just ancient swords and weaponry and stuff that they have available. And the bows. Oh man. There's this one bow that looks like it's made kind of like with a skull. You basically shoot through its mouth type thing. It's really cool. And it's under like iron, so it's something you can make relative. It doesn't have the best stats, but who cares? I mean, if your bow looks that badass, you might just kill somebody with coolness. There's another mod I saw. It was I think I saw it. Did I see it on the PS4? I don't remember. It's probably here on Xbox One, but it was bound tools. Like you could summon a pickaxe and probably a shovel for yourself. Like you would summon, and I'm like, so you don't have to carry around a pickaxe. You can just summon one when you need it to. That's actually a pretty cool idea. I'm actually kind of cool with that, actually. But, smoke on the water down there. Doesn't look like that was changed too much. That looks familiar. Sometimes, really without having the old version to compare side by side with this, it's hard to tell whether there was improvements made. And then other times, like just looking at something simple like a boulder in the ground, it's like, wow, that's kind of 3D looking. That's vivid, you know? The softness of the trees out here. That is something that just came with the special edition. Right off the top was just, in my opinion, better looking trees. I don't remember them looking this soft and natural and full. I don't know. It's just something different about them. But now with a little more texturing on the bark and the ground having a bit more detail, and of course the greenery, the grass and shrubs and stuff having better shadowing, depth of field. And then just mod stacked on top of that, and everything all of a sudden takes on a vibrant, deep, rich 3D look to it. It's just awesome. I'm really happy with this. Alright, so the weapon mods that I downloaded are JackGa's weapons for Xbox One and weapons of the third era. That's the one that adds all the cool katanas and stuff. And there's basically a set of weapons for every material type. At least for each heavy material type. I don't know that they apply to everything like elven and glass and all that also. Maybe. But anyway, for pretty much for each tier. And just, I mean, talk about a selection. At some point, you're going to find in one of your crafting skills something that you really want. I can't see not coming across that sword that just screams, you know, that just has your name written all over it. You play as a Templar with a big old cross-shaped greatsword. That one's cool, although it does kind of resemble a can opener. That one looks like a key. This one is supposed to be faster. Probably has a katana attack speed, but that was a pretty cool looking. Now the iron clubs, I think those came with the third era weapons. And here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Iron katanas, iron nadachi, which is the two-handed katana. And then this. The Tanto and the Wakizashi. Wakizashi would be like your ninja katana. A little bit shorter, straighter. Dual wielding those, that's just something I need in my life. I have to have that because I asked for it, and then this person comes along and makes a mod for it. And I mean, it's exactly what I had in mind. Like, why should the coolest looking weapons necessarily have to be either the worst weapons or the best weapons in the game? Why can't you pick a skin that you really like and then make it out of, you know, the material you want? You know, if it's made of dragon bones, it would be a better sword than if it's made of iron. But why does it have to look so much different? Slightly different coloring, I'm fine with that. And in this case, you get that. Like, you can even make silver katanas. How badass is that? That's a pretty cool looking sword. It's not really my thing, but it's still cool looking. And you can make your own staffs too and enchant those the way you want also. That's the one I was talking about, the Trainee's Great Sword. I think it's made of wood, right? But it had a cool shape to it. Anyway, so with basic ironsmithing, that's the weapons that you have unlocked. And then this, now Serenity Ashara's Princess of the Woods, it basically provides clothing. Notice most of this has 0 armor rating, if not all of it. This is all considered clothing. So it's something you can enchant for yourself, good for a mage or stealth character, or even a warrior, depending on how you want to play. But, you know, recommended obviously to go in there with, you know, alteration skills. So you can shield yourself, but really cool new bracers, capes, halters, or like skirt sets for the top, different kinds of boots and leggings and stuff. And then these thigh strap daggers. I mean, how cool is that? Seriously. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of those boots. Those remind me a little bit of maybe of pirate boots or something. But you get options like with fur, without fur. Here's something of a Forsworn thing that they have going, so you can go super skimpy if you want to, but goes just straight tribal. Play as, I don't know, a queen among the Forsworn or something. Whatever. And then this is what I was interested in. It's kind of like a Skyrim version of, I don't know, Lara Croft maybe. And then you get hoods. Hoods which would pretty much go with just about anything. I prefer circlets, I think. But I will probably make for my character one of those and see how that looks with some thigh-high style, you know, either stockings or boots. A thigh strap dagger, the little armbands, and so on and so forth. Try it maybe with a hood, without. And then look at the bows. Some of them are a little hokey, and some of them are a little bit too ridiculous, I guess. But there's really one for just about everybody in here. From just plain simple, I would consider that almost a dwarven style, to this Darksiders fantasy type stuff going on. There's one in here in particular that I really... Oh, that's kind of cool. Let's check that out. There's one in here in particular that I really liked. And if they're true to the other weapons that I've seen so far, the animations and how they hold in your character's hand, there it is. That's the one. I'm probably going to have one of those for myself. That is very cool. And then there's a couple more options. Little skirt that actually can go over other stuff. And then this is the skimpy... This is the hentai armor. This, what would you call the slutty armor, right? I actually got that to see if that might be something to combine with other stuff for Serana, if and when I ever pick her up, whether it be with this character here, whether it be on our stream. Here, I really kind of just wanted to try the whole two-handed katana thing here, but the character that I actually make to do a full solid playthrough with, I want to dual wield the wakazashis. Because I've always wanted to do that. I've talked about doing that, and now I can do that. And I can make iron ones if I want to, so I can stay true to my particular challenge for my character, and then have some of the coolest looking clothing that you could ask for. But the guys that came up with these mods, they're just in tune with what players might want for this game. Come up with some really cool stuff. Really good looking stuff, too. You have some of the armors that are just so ridiculously skimpy, or so, you know, they're really way out there. And if that's fun, hey, great. But then you have others that are semi-realistic, you know? Like those are considered clothings. And they aren't necessarily just designed to be revealing, but free-fitting. Of course, I guess it's called, what is it, Princess of the Woods? I guess with elves in mind. And elves have always leaned towards skimpy, in, you know, traditional fantasy lore, right? I mean, you know, usually. Come on, even in Lord of the Rings. So, look at that water. Look at that. That is just fantastic. Get into this. I'll probably see you guys at Whiterun. Anyway, just wanted to show off the armors and the weapons and stuff, and we'll go check out Whiterun and see what improvements have been made there. All right, y'all take care. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.